Yo, 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 guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Marijuana Essay Weekly. We have had a absolutely shit week. We got striked on Saturday by YouTube, which means all of our content was delayed. We've been depressed. We cried ourselves to sleep 5 nights in a row. Yeah, but we're fine. We've got one. We've got
Two
room
more
for
to
two
go.
more. We live on the edge.
They always give us one and then they take it away and then a day later they give it back.
Yeah, YouTube giveth and they taketh. Remember, because we had one. When was it? It just
It's
lapsed on the first of this month, right?
yeah, 1st of July it was taken away, and then I think like what's it now? I think on the 12th of
22nd.
July, it's the 22nd now, so like on the 12th of July or something we will, or the 15th,
Fuck, it's like
14th we were
it's
given
very
another.
depressing. It's like being out of jail, like on probation, and then they just like grab you by the neck and like pull you back into jail and shit. And it's like it really
Yeah,
it changes our content and our structures and our what we can and can't post, and it's quite miserable, isn't it?
yeah, we rethink it every time. Rethink what we can do. I've had my groceries like ready, primed to drop for ages now. Thumbs looking good, everything. But it's just like can't go onto the internet. And then we've like, yeah, we have stacked up some content, which is okay. But like it's content you guys could have been enjoying already, and we would have made more content. So yeah, it's always a knock in the nads. Not gonna lie.
Well, at least, guys, there'll be a boost coming soon. Some double content next week, for instance. And yeah, for tonight, we decided to discuss some soils. Dum dum dum. We are comparing the Freedom Farm Classic Craft 30 liter versus the Orgasoilux 30 liter bag of soil. Let me show you what we're talking about here. I don't know. Share my entire screen. There we have the Soil Lux. Is this soil? It's quite nice. It's
Yeah.
nice
I really like
bag.
the soil, but I like the second name, to be honest. Orgasoilux, cool.
A
Omega
mega
mix.
mix, yeah.
Yes.
That's what they should have gone with. And then on the other hand, Freedom Farm. I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic
Yeah,
craft
Premium
soil.
Classic is a good name. Premium Classic. Like, it just sounds good.
I think it's really
Yeah.
trademarked. How do you trademark Premium Classic? It's pretty Oh, but Freedom Farm's Premium Classic is probably trademarked. Anyway, don't think August Oil Lux is trademarked. Guys might need to get on that. But yeah, as you can see, they, I mean, aesthetically wise, they pretty much similar. Let's start with Freedom Farm Classic Craft. So what's your initial thoughts, Dean?
So both of these soils are soils that we are sort of our most popular. They're some of our more popular products on the website. It's between the two all the time, and we get asked a lot of the time which one is superior. And I really don't think one's superior to the other. I just think that if you are trying to cultivate, you can cultivate slightly different with each one of them. Both of them are a base of cocoa perlite. Both of them have organic amendments in them. However, the Auger soil is much more stacked with sort of whole amendments compared to the classic craft, which it's more sort of everything's been broken down into a compost and then infused into the soil. So at a base, price wise, the Freedom Farms Premium Classic comes in quite a bit more affordable.
About
And
179 at the moment
yeah,
per
versus
30
about
liters.
200 versus about 200. And it's been around for a long time. I've grown in it a lot of times as well. Andy's grown in it as well. So we've had a lot of experience with it, and it really is a favorite for us. What I will say about it though is it's a little bit easier on the seedlings than the Orgasoil Lux, which seems a lot hotter. So for a beginner grower, it's a really nice option because you can plant, say, an autoflower, for example, which a lot of people would go and put into the final home that it's going to be in from the seedling stage. I've seen more guys have hot or sort of have stunted growth due to the soil being a little bit strong on the Orgasoil compared to the Freedom Farms. So maybe a little bit more beginner friendly.
Yeah, for me, I really like that. I mean, I don't want to be changing soils and along the way or doing anything to it. If this is out of the box, ready to go, it does. You can always add, but you can't take away, which is a plus on my part. But yeah, let's have a look at the Orgasoil Lux, and yeah, what's your thoughts here? So we pull into these. Yeah, visually, I mean, okay.
Visually, it's striking.
This is like some Egyptian pharaoh. It's like, like should be on top of a pyramid with this fucking cool
Looks
black
like the
and
weed
gold.
you grow is so strong that you like see fractals, basically.
Yeah, packaging.
So
Orgasoil Lux has got it.
So
Hands
both
down.
of them, I wouldn't really suggest much nutrients in the early stages. The Freedom Farm Organic Classic Craft are mostly recommending week 4 with nutrients. On this substrate, the Orgasoil Lux, just have a look at that massive amount of products in it. There's the substrate base, then we've got a huge amount of amendments, and the amendments are whole amendments. So you can see a lot of the sort of the bits of malted barley, the bits of kelp. There's a lot of very interesting products, but all of them are whole dry amendments. So they're going to take a while to break down. And then this also is already inoculated with its own inoculation called the Cannabis Microbial Consortium, which is another product from Dirty Hands, which is a really, really good product. So it comes much more heavily stacked. And the way that the Orgasoil is advertised as a soil that is quite heavily reusable. Both of them are reusable if they're amended, but you're getting a lot of very natural things that are going to need to break down over time. So this soil is going to last a really long time, and it will slow release a lot of the period. Do I use nutrients on either of them? Both. I like cranking the newts, but you don't really need to. You could get through a whole grow with great success on both of these soils without using any nutrients. So they both could be seen.
It's not gonna. Yeah, people are gonna quote on that, but as a beginner level, because people.
Yeah, exactly. As a beginner, if you're a beginner and you're just getting into it,
you just want to grow. Yeah.
You don't have the budget for 600 rand of biobas or your bucket that's going to put you back 1,000. Maybe you just want to see if growing's for you. Then going for one of these soils would be nice, because you can get your pot, your soil, your seed. You can plant it. You can have an experience growing as a beginner and go through the process, see what it's like, see if it's for you, and then figure out if you want to invest a little bit more.
And then at the end of that, critically, is just take that soil that you've grown in, dump it in like a grow bed or somewhere, and just get fresh soil on top of that. Because I think if you try, I did it way back in the day. I grew a great cycle on one bag, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll just run it again. And then in small pots, it's not going to work out. So I think swap it out. Just factor it in the cost of a plant. So I mean, generally, if on the simplest grow that I can think of, it's like your $200 seed, your $200 bag of soil, and your 50 rand pot. And then from that, you're going to be able to get maybe 30 to 50 grams or something. The math works out.
Sure, outside even more maybe. But they can be reused. You do need to put some work into the reusing of the soils, but it's a little bit more advanced going for reusing.
I think if you take it out of the pot, put it into I think you would want to mix it into sort of like a big bed, get some life back in it, as opposed to you can't really it'd be difficult to keep it alive in a small 22 liter. Properly.
It's not enough space, and you'd have to then empty everything out, remix it in, rest it, and then reintroduce it into the container. I like doing exactly what Andy said. When I do a grow, I go and dump all the leftover soil into a raised grow bed and onto my bed in the back, and then I'll reuse the soil indoors. So constantly indoors, I'm getting fresh, but outdoors, I'm feeding my garden with a combination of either or. But the name of this episode is a versus. So which one is superior? I think we can look at 2 points here. They're both locally South African products. Both of them have had a lot of work go into them. Both of them are very well renowned in the industry. So is one better than the other? I don't think so. I think they both have a place in the market. They're slightly different products, they're slightly different formulations. You can go much heavier on the nutrients in the Freedom Farms early on because it doesn't have as many dry or whole amendments in it. Whereas, on the Orgasoil, I think it's easier to. It is hot, and a lot of guys have said it's very strong. I've seen experienced growers saying the same thing as well. So you do have to be a little bit more careful. I do personally feel that the Freedom Farms is a little bit more beginner friendly, though.
Yeah, I think in terms of value for money, I think your Orgasoil Lux is coming out on top there. Even though it is more expensive, you're getting a lot more in it. Whereas the Freedom Farms are very pure sort of a very short list of ingredients. It's wouldn't be too difficult to make it up yourself. So I think the Freedom Farms should be coming in 20 Rand cheaper than it is at the moment, maybe like 159 region. The Orgasoil Lux I think is priced right. But I think basically, yeah, so maybe on the pricing, the Orgasoil's got a little bit of an advantage in terms of what you get for the value. Aesthetics, 100% is going out to Orgasoil Lux. And other than that, you can't really discern too much. They're both very, very good soils.
They're both good bags of dirt.
Yeah. Which one are you growing in? Which one are you growing? If you could go and the world's ending in 5 minutes, you got to pick a soil to grow your next grow in.
I just grew in the Orgasoil Lux for the first time as a full indoor grow from start to finish. My grow series, which I'm busy with in the for the YouTube channel, it was done in a soil that I made myself, and I kind of structured it similarly around the construction of the Orgasoil. So I've grown in the Orgasoil recently. Only one grow though, start to finish indoors. It came out super, super well. I didn't have the bud density I wanted, but I think that's because it was cold AF. So I'd probably go for the Orgasoil again because you're getting so much in it. I'm also these days re-amending and reusing. So now I'm going for a second run in that exact same soil after decanting everything, remixing in components, resting it, and then reintroducing it into the growing containers. So if it works out and it is as reusable as they say, then it's definitely going to be a good experience. I also could have, however, set myself up for problems throughout the grow period. I didn't test the soil. I didn't get it lab tested, so I don't know if my re-amendments were the correct re-amendments. But if there was a gun to the head and they said, choose one now, I'd probably go for the Orgasoil, to be honest.
Yeah, likewise. I think purely out of curiosity. So I think if I can, I'm going to be trying to pull off a grow shortly over December. And I think I'll be using Orgasoil Lux as a run for that. So yeah, I think I'm in the same boat. But I have still, the next one I might go back to Classic Craft. I would still say I'm a very balanced opinion on it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much our summary. If you like our summaries of some of the products, like and subscribe. Make sure to follow. Make sure to check out some of our content on Instagram. We have a Take-A-Lot store where you can buy some stuff from us. And yeah, take you guys next week. Peace, y'all.
Peace, guys.